Hey everyone, this is Oxide Fox here. Figured it was time to do another little update, just a quick little video to show you what I'm up to. Yeah, it was summertime, being here I haven't been building all that much, but I'm starting to get back into the swing of it. One thing that I've had floating around for a while I wanted to do was this old, like a Mercury Cyclone. This is actually a slot car. And don't even remember where I got this thing. Actually, I think I picked it out of a dumpster from my sister's in-laws cleaning up their basement. Put it on some wheels from the Revell Jeep. I think that was just the snap-tight one because they're so cheap and it's a great way to get those wheels. Just stuck the front end of a Charger on there for now. Pretty much just still in the stage of mocking things together, but I'm starting to, pick out the big components. Chassis is just from one of those Dodge Chargers made by MPC. Interiors from a like a much more modern Trans Am or Firebird. Kind of figured that was a pretty cool change. It's been a long time since I've used more modern components in a classic car. Also the engine as well. Not even sure what this is, but nice big fuel injected. No distributor. It's a regular ignition coil. I barely know what I'm talking about. God, I'm so tired. Just got off of work actually. And yeah, so that's pretty much this one for now. Still got a lot more planning to do on that. And this is one I've had for a while. This one was almost on the chassis as the God, that one car that I was showing that had the working suspension. It's a 69 Oldsmobile made by AMT. And it's got the chassis from, yeah, the chassis is from a 69 GTO that became, I don't even remember the name of it, that big silver car with the off-road wheels. What was I calling that thing? I can't even remember. I'll show it at the end. It's got some simple steel rims, some narrower tires on the front, about the same size as the rear tires. That's one thing that I always make sure. That's basically where I start with a lot of these models, is the wheels and tires. That's pretty much number one for where I start. Yeah, I can still tell I'm pretty new at this video thing because I keep getting nervous and repeating words over and over again. I noticed that in the last video. Yeah, picking out wheels is a pretty big deal. I don't like to have the front wheels larger or wider than the back wheels. Making sure they nice and centered under the car, they don't stick out kind of weird unless that's what I'm going for. Luckily this axle is perfect, so there wasn't that much modifying. This I'll probably put a little spacer in there or a little extra block to raise this off of the frame a little bit. I gotta keep remembering to look through the little panel here, little screen, to see what I'm actually filming. Yeah, cut out the roof, maybe put some guns up there, or lights, extra storage space. May even cut a lot of the trunk out, or even put some armor around that. Still pretty early. Don't even know what engine I'm going to use yet. That one's still got a long way to go. It's pretty much when it's like when paint's drying or glue's drying, you don't really know what you're going to do next, and I'm just a little distracted right now. It sounds like someone's home upstairs. Yeah, but when you're letting the wait time for paint drying, you start working on another model, and then another model, next thing you know, you got 15 of them going on. There's that Cadillac promotional model. Finally glued this one together because as of right now this is pretty much ride height, wheels, all the parts that are on there I want. I'll build it up from here, you know, putting armor, guns, lights. I don't know how crazy I'm gonna get with this one, probably not. I really don't want to cut this one up too badly just because I love these cars in real life despite them being front wheel drive. Another car that I've had done for a while but I don't think I've ever shown was this RV that I threw together. The camper's from a Model King, and yeah, they actually still make them, and a lot of guys turn them into RVs or trailers. The cab is actually a 1/20th scale GMC Cyclone, just like a little Sonoma. Even though it's a little bit, the scale's larger because the Sonoma and the Cyclone's such a small truck, it just really fits in there real well. I mean, this camper is something I've had around for a long time, and it's been on a lot of different trucks. Made this kind of like cloth out of just an old piece of bed sheet. Little solar panels. These are actually just plastic spare wheels. And I even did the inside. Tried to make it look more like, yeah, more post-apocalyptic. Like someone's been living in here. This could either be like parked inside like a warehouse or on the side of the road or in the desert. Pretty much any kind of post-apocalyptic story or the world. Little hollowed it out there so you could go into the cab, use that as an extra room or storage area. Got a little magazine cutouts to be like little things up on the wall, little pictures. The seats, little bits of fabric and cloth I find laying around. Little bits of junk on the table. Table actually swivels around. Yeah, this one I've had this one done for a while, so I really got to try to remember some things about it. Tried to give it a more modern look. You know, at the gray swoops going up the side or whatever you call them. Because before I'd always had this thing painted like two-tone brown. Oh yeah, window. Went for plastic here with some duct tape around the edge. Give it the look of like a, you know, kind of like a half-assed window repair, you know? Something you'd see in the ghetto. Kind of like what my buddy's got going on right now with his car. And also this side, tried to go for something different. Made it look like the window is rolled down a little bit. This is like a thin plastic, clear plastic sheet. Don't know if you could actually even see through it. Oh yeah, the bottom side is pretty chewed up. It's been on a lot of stuff. A lot of hot glue. And oh, this cab went through hell too. That cab was almost the pickup truck for this one. And as you can see, I painted it matte black as a base coat, and then just worked a whole bunch of this brown into all these little nooks and crannies. Normally I use the darker reddish brown, but I was all out of that and didn't feel like running out to get any. So that's gonna need a lot more paint work. And what else I got going on? Got these two cars at the flea market. Pretty much just got this for the engine because it was just a few bucks. I think $3. RoboCop. It's a nice little modern car. Could always be built up or just made into a junked wreck on the side of the road. Another little cluster of parts that I've had. The wheels that were on this car went to the Cadillac. In this chassis, it was like a open wheel stock car or something. Yeah, I think that'll just about do it. Can't remember all the projects I got going on. I have so many of them. And I got some more of the finished stuff here. Yeah, this was that was the kit that I couldn't remember the name of, where the chassis for the one came off of. The Oldsmobile. And the Oldsmobile almost ended up on this one chassis with the working suspension. Yeah, but I just figured that one, at the time, fell together a lot easier than the Olds. Yeah, it's a nice lighting in here, but I had to let my dad borrow some of it for something he was doing. This is just all random stuff I got laying around. I'm using the photography and pictures. Spare parts over here. Other potential projects I got lining up. Yeah, soon I might change up the layout again of this, just because this one's been around for a bit. But God, it makes such a mess doing that. All this dirt just goes onto the ground. Well, I think, yeah, I'll say it again. That's pretty much it for this week. Just trying to, you know, get my hands on the camera and keep showing you guys what I got going on. Trying to get more comfortable with it. Sometimes I don't even watch the videos when I put it up. I'm like, oh God, my voice, it sounds so brutal. Does it really sound like that? Oh God, you know, like I keep saying the same words over and over again. That last video, I sounded so Canadian. Yeah, I remember that was actually my nickname at the oil change shop I used to work at. Well, I don't really know what you're talking about. You know, I'm really sorry. I don't have anything against you, but yeah, pretty much. I've also been watching a lot of Trailer Park Boys, so yeah, that pretty much sums it up. Anyway, if you saw anything in the video you have any questions about, feel free to ask in the comments. I love getting that kind of stuff. Soon I'm gonna try to work out how to show you some little how-to videos. You know, I've been like talking to myself, rehearsing things I would say, and ways to not make it take too long, and no editing, basically, just one take, because I'm gonna have to get some sort of program on the computer, or maybe just use my phone. My buddy's been saying he edits videos just with his smartphone. It works out pretty good, actually. But until then, that'll be a wrap for today. See you guys around. Goodbye.